Hi guys, welcome back to Sunday League to Champions League. My name is Chris, aka Big Will, and today we have a Champions League quarter-final against Inter Milan, home and away. We start off with the home leg first and foremost. I was going to push it on to the second leg, but it's a really big game, and obviously I don't really know which way it's going to go. It's a little bit different to the Europa League. Obviously, there's going to be a lot more competitiveness in these games, so we're coming straight back for the two legs. We managed a 1-0 win against Aston Villa away from home, and the key thing about that is Arsenal and Manchester City both dropped points, so City actually drew with Sheffield United, and Liverpool beat Arsenal at Arsenal by a goal to nil. So from that, the Premier League does look like this after that round of fixtures. So we actually have a 4-point gap over Manchester City now and a 7-point gap over Arsenal. We're level on points with Everton, but we have that game in hand, which is against Chelsea. So it's all to play for. Manchester City have got to play Burnley next. You'd expect them to do well there. Arsenal are away at Newcastle, who are sat in sixth place at the moment. So big game there. And Everton are at home against Aston Villa, who you'd expect Everton to win given the form that they're in. But Aston Villa gave us a tough run in that game. And we did have to rotate a bit, of course, because of this European running that we now have again. And again, it's all to play for. We're very capable, as you can see. We've got the quality in the side. And I'm hoping we can go out there today and get a good result. It is the home leg. And we have to really stamp down our authority here in this first leg. We want to make it as comfortable as possible for the second leg, but at the same time, I know it's going to be a very tough tie. Inter Milan absolutely battered Real Madrid. I mean, don't get me wrong, we've had the beating of Real Madrid ourselves twice this season. So we know how competitive this is going to be. Chelsea against Manchester City is a quarter-final, and Chelsea have just taken the lead, in fact, in that game, at the first leg at Stamford Bridge, and we will face the winners of that tie. Here is Pavlovic, plays it back to Zhelev and now Bastoni. Tiselli switches it out wide to Rosario, who comes down this right-hand side. Rippis not getting a challenge in just yet, but he's keeping him there. Terracciano just holding on to it. Good tackle from Sonogo. He won the first one, but not the second. And Davis into Moretto, looking for Cardoso, and the header comfortably wide. I'm guessing Tiselli, who's playing in there for them, could be the one that we had at Mönchengladbach, the left wing back. It certainly looks a little bit like him anyway. Hajo into Medina, coming down this right hand side, cuts inside and finds Almada. He picks out a brilliant pass to this right hand side for Biner, who cuts in, finds Medina, big chance, and that is the goal that we needed early on here. 13 minutes gone. Zhelev did get a touch on it, but Medina managing to get the goal for us, and we take the lead here. That's a big goal, and hopefully we can really stamp our authority here and really push on for it. It would be nice. And a very positive start indeed. Obviously, going into if we do get through to the semi-final, Chelsea or Manchester City will be an extremely tough tie. Since coming to United, we've only beaten Manchester City once, and yeah, it's going to be an extremely tough one. I'd fancy us against Chelsea a lot more than Manchester City. So if Chelsea can do the deed against City, then it would be a little bit more advantageous for us, I think. Here is Bastoni, fires it in, Cardoso into Victor. Good run from Victor and Whitbread tipping it wide in the end. I think it might have gone wide anyway. Um, but Whitbread making sure, and that is exactly what we need to be doing today. We need to be making sure of every single ball today. Cardoso winning that header just wide. Very close game so far. Inter Milan actually the better side in relation to possession, and they've had a little bit more in the way of goal scoring chances, but chances overall are quite even. Inter Milan 4 attempts on target. We've only had the one, which did result in the goal. Um, really, in all honesty, we need to pick it up a bit in this second half. Andrea Tiselli has gone off at half time. He is the left back that we did have, of course, at Mönchengladbach. Why they've taken him off at half time, I'm not sure, but they have done. And to be honest, I'm quite happy about that because he's full of pace and he's a very, very good left-back, as we know. Capelli into Hadjo. Back to Capelli, right at the start of the second half. We're looking to make something happen here, and Sonogo finds Medina, and Medina has scored a lovely, lovely goal there. There's no offside, and right at the start of the second half, 40 seconds, we have doubled our advantage here. And again, if we can get out of this game with a clean sheet as well, a third goal would be ideal. But if we can get out of this with a clean sheet and then get an early goal in the away leg, we are definitely heading into the semi-final at that point, I feel. But we still need to get through this second half. Arguably, we've been the worst of the two sides today. Inter Milan have been a lot better in front of goal, but not had the highlights to back it up. Medina showing his quality in front of goal today. Swings in the corner. It's easily cleared. Cook picks it up and lays it into Hadjo, but it's been intercepted by Bellard. And in the end, it's a good tackle from Cook. Good recovery from him. And Rippis finds Laureano Alves, who charges down this left-hand side. And again, he's beating his fullback. Gets the cross in toward the far post. Almada is there with the header. And again, it's just not quite timed the leap there, Almada. And it remains 2-0. We are struggling for fitness again. And obviously, the game's coming thick and fast now with the introduction again of these European games. So we're going to have to play it a little bit carefully. Bina into Medina. Now Sonogo going into the penalty area. Fires it across goal. And it's just wide. That would have been a big, big goal for us if it would have gone in. We're going to have to make some changes. I know we've got Derby in between the two Champions League games, but we still have to have full focus on the Premier League as well, of course. So tough decisions to make. I mean, Medina's on a hat-trick. He's had a brilliant game, but we're going to bring him off. We need to keep these players as fit as possible. And Youngblood can come on in the attacking midfield as well. Cruz Moral for Alves. And we'll probably change the two midfielders around as well again. Siles and Mainu can come on in the midfield. And hopefully we can see this game out. Obviously, it's going to be close either way. Dixon here with the free kick into Juan Cruz Moral. Just holds on to it. Poor pass. He's been a bit iffy recently, Moral, with his performances, and it is a bit of a concern, to be fair. Guilherme there with the strike just over the crossbar. Thought he caught Zhelev out there, but it went only just over. And again, number of chances, relatively even. They've had a lot more attempts on target into Milan, but we are the team that have got the goals, and we've had more attempts overall, but not really found the accuracy. Despite us being 2-0 up. Siles with the interception there. Moral into Siles. Youngblood, 3-0. Is he onside? I'm not too sure. If he's onside, it's a huge moment in this game. He's offside. That's unfortunate. At 3-0, we will be looking pretty good. But at the same time, I'm quite happy with the 2-0 lead because it means that we would really keep our focus for the second leg as well. But still big chances for Inter Milan to get back into this tie. Pavlovic knocks it back to Zhelev and now Bastoni. Into Zafiris, back to Bastoni and now Pavlovic. He's under pressure by Almada. Keeping the pressure on, to be fair. Davis managing to get round Moral with ease and finding Bellard. Now Davis again. They're just finding these passes at the moment. And Capelli with a very good defensive header and Whitbread claiming it quite comfortably. Launches it out. Youngblood couldn't win the header over Bastoni and Lopez picks it up. Youngblood's on a yellow card as well. He's got to be a little bit careful. Rosario into Bellard, and that is not what we wanted. 26th goal of the season for Jan Bellard. What a season he's had for Inter Milan. 26th goal of the season. And he's definitely onside. So Inter Milan very much in this tie. We do take the advantage into Milan as things stand. Rippis here with the throw. Moral back to Rippis. Now Youngblood. Siles, Kobe Minu. That's a nice pass. Rippis coming down this left-hand side. Gets the ball into the penalty area. Juan Cruz Moral couldn't get any kind of pass off. And Aslani. Guilherme wins the header. Almada's picked it up now. It's all a bit scrappy at the back there for Inter Milan. If we can get a third goal, that would be rather nice. Alberto Siles into Kobe Minu. And Kobe Manu strike off the woodwork. And Zelev flapping at it really, but that was a big, big chance for Manu to get his first goal since returning to the club. And Siles, luckily, picks it up there. And we do take that advantage into the second leg. A very, very close game in the end. But Bellard, I mean, he's clearly a very good striker. Oh my word, finishing a composure of 17, pace of 17 as well. He's a very, very good striker, isn't he? French international, 15 goals in 17 games. We're going to have to be very, very careful in this second leg. But we've got the result that we needed. And Chelsea won 2-1 at home to Manchester City. And of course, whoever's at home in the second leg really has the advantage. So we've got to really be on point going into that second leg against Inter Milan, especially with Jan Bellard's quality as well. Definitely going to praise Medina's performance there as well. We are looking at making a few signings. We found quite a number of youngsters that we're looking at bringing in, largely for the under-21s. One or two of them won't discuss terms as of yet. We might have to do it in the summer. But we're looking at our under-21 side really this year. The first team's good enough. But if we can set up our under-21 side for next year, because we haven't really got anybody in there at the moment, then we'll have a bit of a steady stream of players starting to come through. And that is where I want to lay my focus this summer, really. If we can get a main player coming in, great. But we've got £39 million to spend there, and we're potentially going to spend all of it, potentially even a little bit more. We're waiting on confirmation. Matuzeno is the first one that is confirmed, £300,000 goalkeeper, and he's a lot better than that. So obviously we'll go through transfers at the end of the season, but I just want to let you guys know that that's what's going to be happening where transfers are concerned. So we've got the derby game in the middle of these two legs. I'll get that done off camera and we'll come back for the second leg and hopefully we can find our way into the Champions League semi-final. Okay, guys, here we go for the second leg away against Inter Milan. Napoli and Barcelona have booked their place in the semi-final. Obviously, results today determine who we play in the semi-final should we get through against Inter. In terms of the Premier League, more big results in our favour. We got a 5-0 win at home against Derby County. We did the job. Brilliant stuff. We were the later kickoff, though. As you can see, we have a 2-point lead over Everton. So what actually happened was, where are we? There we are. Everton drew 2-2 at home to Aston Villa. Arsenal lost 2-1 against Newcastle. So Arsenal are out of the title race. We don't have to worry about them in regards to them challenging us for the title. Manchester City did win against Burnley. If we win our game in hand against Chelsea, we're 7 points clear of Manchester City as well. So Everton are the team we need to look at. If we win our game in hand, we're 5 points clear of them with games against Manchester City and Arsenal at the end of the season as well. It's all to play for. We've got Watford next in the Premier League. And of course, they beat us in the FA Cup last time out. So it's not going to be an easy game. But we have got every chance of winning the Premier League. And it's something I do very, very rarely when I play Football Manager. I don't know what it is, but I always struggle to win the big leagues. I always have done. But we've got a real opportunity here of doing something really special this season. Full focus onto this Champions League semi-final, second leg against Inter Milan. We need to take the lead in Milan. That's what we've got to do. We've got to take the lead in this second leg and give ourselves a bit more of an advantage. We're more than capable. We've won the first leg. We know how good Inter Milan are. They've got some top class players. The likes of Bellard up front is the man that we've got to keep quiet if possible. Being away from home, though, in this second leg is not ideal. They tore Real Madrid apart, as have we this season. But this could be a very, very cagey second leg. Can we find a way into the semi-final? Manchester City and Chelsea, of course, Chelsea with a 2-1 lead from their first leg as well. It's all to play for at the Etihad. I don't want to play City in the semi-final. I fear that we would probably lose. Chelsea, I do fancy us against Chelsea. It's 1-1, 2 goals in a space of a couple of minutes in the game at the Etihad. Chelsea with a 3-2 lead at the moment on aggregate. Cook here to Hadjo. Now Beinert plays it forward. Medina into the penalty area and it's taken a deflection. Almada brought down in the area. No foul. Oh, that was a big moment. The keeper didn't really commit to it and it came back off the base of the post. And Bellard here with a free kick. Swings it in and it's fired into the top corner. That is an unbelievable strike from Jan Bellard. And we were so close at the other end. The problem is that goals just come just before half time. We've been the better side, but Inter Milan were the better side at our place as well. So we have to push on in this second half. Can we get a goal here? Manchester City lead against Chelsea again, a goal just before half time from Erling Haaland in that one. So it's level on aggregate there as well. Here's Romano laying it in to Nathan Cook. And now Hadjo. Good touch from him. Takes it around his man. It's a poor pass though, and Mikic has picked it up into Ansu Fati. Now Moretto. Big opportunity for Jan Bellard, and that is a big miss. He was offside anyway. But again, we're living a little bit dangerously. I'm going to demand more because we're not playing well enough. Romano's been poor today, as has Almada. Cook here with a delivery into the penalty area. Romano couldn't win the header. Davis manages to get the clearance further away. Final into Cook. Nice little flicked pass into Romano on the left-hand side. Can he get it into the penalty area? In comes the cross. And the keeper's missed it. And Laureano Alves has won the header. And it's 1-1 on the night. It's a huge goal from Laureano Alves. We're ahead on the tie. It was a good delivery from Romano Zhelev. I don't think he expected it to travel as far as it did. He came out, couldn't claim it, and Alves winning the header. Of course, the defender who was marking Medina could have attacked that and tried to beat Alves to it, but he didn't want to leave Medina unmarked. Chelsea are level at the Etihad, 4-3 on aggregate in that game. All the ties running extremely close. We're going to have to make some changes. Medina is going to come off. Guilherme is going to come on. Morrell is coming on for the goal scorer, Alves. Sanogo's really struggling for fitness. Youngblood can come on for him. Almada's going to have to stay there. And we need the energy in the midfield again. Alberto Siles and Mirko Capelli are going to come on in the central midfield. It's a big risk to make all these substitutions with 10 minutes to go. Can we find a way here? We've been the better side. We're heading towards injury time now. Chelsea still ahead on aggregate at the Etihad. Zafiris with the delivery. Davis with the header. Is bundled about in the penalty area. We just about get it clear from that near post. And it's out for a throw. Inter Milan putting everything into this now. Zafiris into Reyes. Gets the strike away, and it's another good save from Whitbread. We're going to call on the lads to focus here. Zafiris swings it in. Another header. It's over the bar from Pamela. Are we going to hang on? 3 minutes of added time. Chelsea still ahead on aggregate there. We've done it. We're through to the semi-final. Laureano Alves with the key goal there. We had to make the substitutions. No one's got a rating, obviously, because it was only for 10 minutes. We deserve to win. And my word, have we got a result there? Chelsea have knocked out Manchester City. We face Chelsea in the Champions League semi-final. Ooh. I think we've got a really good opportunity here. I don't know what our history looks like against Chelsea. Chelsea 8th in the Premier League at the moment. Again, I think actually, looking at that, the first leg's away from home. If we can get a result at Stamford Bridge, I make us very good favourites. Ooh, that's big, isn't it? And it comes right in the midst of them key games at the end of the season. So the likelihood is we'll miss out Arsenal. We've got 3 Premier League games to play in the meantime, and we'll be back tomorrow for the Champions League semi-final. So until then, guys, thank you very much for your support. Please like, subscribe to the channel. It's all greatly appreciated. I will see you all next time. This is Big Will signing away.